I want to talk about, now that Trump's in office, the 2028 election possibilities. Um, so the first few states I want to start off with is Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. Now, I did label all the swing states with this purple, and darker the purple, the more likely they are to be a swing state. Lighter, the less likely. Or I did all the safe states and stuff. You can argue with me about Texas, Florida, Oregon, all of those states. But I'm just really going to talk about the swing states in this video. So first, let's talk about Nevada. So in Nevada, they have a growing non, or they have one of the highest non-college educated and non-high school educated men population. And Republicans tend to do very well with that population. They also have a pretty good Hispanic and Latino population, which Trump has been did amazing with in this past election. You might say, "Oh, that's only 42%. Kamala still got 56%," but that is a record low in since 1984 at least for Democrats, and this is a record high for Republicans. See, Trump grew his Latino vote by 10%. So we can see Republicans continuing this, and I would not be surprised if Nevada will probably can get up to at least maybe same as Arizona and go up to 6% to JD Vance, but I think more likely around 3 to 4% to JD Vance by 2028. Now we move over to Arizona, same talking points, Hispanic vote, all that, and Trump won it by about 6%. So we could even say JD Vance if Trump's term is good, of course. All this goes out the window if Trump's term is bad. But I could see JD Vance going up to maybe 7, 8%, possibly if Trump's term is good. But most likely he probably keeps it the same around the 6%, 5% margin that Trump won it by. Now, New Mexico, it is shifting to the right, but most likely Democrats are able to at least hold on to it for at least one more year. Now, Georgia. Georgia is one of the closest swings, is a closer swing state, but it is been growing to the left over the past few elections, even though it is a swing state. So I do think by 2028 it will be like Nevada, where it's a swing state, but it always shifts to the left for like the next three elections. Same with North Carolina, where it's a swing state, but always shifts to the right. So I think it will be something like that for the next few elections. North Carolina, I think Republicans have at least one more election with it where they can win it by around 3 to 4 or maybe 2%. I could see a possibility. I do think North Carolina will go down Republican voter share. I think Democrats will do very well in North Carolina by 2028, and Republicans will win it by around 1-2%. Virginia, I still, same thing with Georgia. Well, not Georgia, North Carolina. I think Virginia and North Carolina are basically going to swap places. Virginia will soon become North Carolina for Republicans, and North North Carolina will become Virginia for Democrats. Now, I do think they're going to lose a lot of voter share and only be able to win it by around 4%. New Jersey, I think it's going to shift back to the left, but it still won't be safe. Pennsylvania, I have Josh Shapiro running in this scenario, so I think Josh Shapiro does take Pennsylvania and also New Hampshire, but does shift to the right a little bit. And we go over Michigan. Now, Michigan did really well for Republicans than a lot of people thought. They actually had a higher voter share in Michigan than they did in Wisconsin, which was surprising. But I think Wisconsin is more likely to start shifting to the right because Milwaukee and Madison are the really only two big cities. And I think if Republicans can get their voter share up to like 35% in those two cities, then Wisconsin becomes basically a lockdown pick for Republicans for the next few elections. Now, Michigan, I think that's going to be one of the easier states for Democrats to come back in. and I do think Democrats will take it by 2028 because there are, yes, so many big cities, and yes, sometimes big cities have a shift to the right, but usually they come back to the left after an election or two. I think by the midterms, Michigan will be more left than Wisconsin. Minnesota will probably shift back to the left by that time. Uh, who knows what could happen, but I do think Minnesota will shift back to the left, and they'll win it by a good amount, and it'll be a lot better than what Harris did. Now you see, had Michigan shift back to the right. Now we could see something weird scenario where in the midterms they shift to the left and then shift back to the right. I could see JD Vance because I just thought JD Vance is from Ohio. He'll probably do good in Michigan too if he's able to do good in Ohio. And I think that wins him the election. So I do think 2028 will come down to Michigan. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for 150 subs. Hope you all have a great day. Please leave a like on the video and comment. Peace out.